what the hospital, if we ever do need the hospital, it happens to be our local children's hospital. And if that local children's hospital happens to be the best one in the world. There's no kid that arrives at the hospital alone and no kid leaves the hospital alone.
Hi everyone, welcome back to InFocus. Our today's episode is about a simple thing that sounds simple but carries big weight, and that is impact. We hear words like community, giving back, partnership all the time. But what does it actually look like when it turns into the actual support for children and families? Today I'm joined by the amazing person of SickKids Foundation team, Taylor, who is the Associate of Corporate Partnerships at the SickKids Foundation. Taylor works with the organizations to build partnerships that aren't just symbolic. They are strategic, values-led, and actually meaningful. Taylor, thank you for joining us for InFocus today.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Amazing. We're also very happy to see you here in the office. We want to start with a little bit of your introduction, what you do at the SickKids Foundation.
I'm on the corporate partnerships team at SickKids Foundation, and I'm a fundraiser. So I help manage a portfolio of our corporate donors and help them ensure their CSR goals are being met and are in line with the mission and the vision of the hospital.
How did you know that you wanted to do this?
So I knew that I wanted to be part of a team that was making a difference. And SickKids is such a pillar in our community. And I think everyone has some sort of connection to SickKids. And I just thought, honestly, what better motivator is there at the end of the day than these sweet, innocent, strong kids? So really nothing better than that.
Was there a moment at SickKids when you thought like, this is great, this is what I wanted to do?
I think every time that you hear a patient's story, and you walk the halls of the hospital and you see the families and you see the kids, you're just reminded that this is real life for these folks, and it puts everything into perspective, and you just feel a lot of inspiration from that.
What inspired you for this journey?
I would say having my daughter. You just feel this deep desire to want to make the world a little bit of a better place for her.
Yeah. I do feel that
Yeah.
same thing. Like every time you're looking at your child, now that I'm a mother, I see world differently now. Like my world has changed somehow.
Absolutely. You hear people say that, but until it happens, you just don't understand it in the same way. And I think I was just very moved going through the experience of becoming a mom. And you see the world differently when you look at your kid.
I agree. I agree to that. What do you wish people understood more when it comes to the donation part at the SickKids Foundation?
It's more, we're doing more than just fundraising. As I said before, at the end of the day, this fundraising, these partnerships, it's all about hopefully positively impacting real people at the end of the day.
I'm sure, yeah. Every time I see a new campaign by SickKids, like I think we spoke about it also, like the phone thingy.
Oh,
there
yes.
was a phone and the parents were telling the story.
Okay.
How they came to SickKids and what was the whole journey like.
Right.
Oh my God, I bawled my eyes
It's
out.
very moving when you hear these stories.
Moving.
It is. There's nothing that really connects you to the cause more than hearing from the kids or their families about what their experience has been. It really hits home.
Then you actually see the kind of work SickKids is doing.
Absolutely.
For those families, and it actually makes a big impact in their lives,
Oh, it does. It really does. I don't know if everyone maybe would realize that when you have a sick kid, the complexities of care are quite great. And it affects and involves the whole family. It really takes the entire family unit and involves everyone.
When people hear about the corporate partnerships, they think about logos and all the other PR things.
Right.
What it actually is at SickKids Foundation?
It's such a great question. So SickKids is a unique property where a company doesn't have to choose between doing good or doing well when they partner with SickKids. We are the #1 children's hospital in the world, and we are the #1 charity brand in Canada. So we are able to deliver against both objectives. So a corporate partner doesn't need to decide which direction they want to go between, is it doing good for the community or is it going to be us doing well for our business and our brand. We are able at SickKids to fulfill both objectives.
Amazing. So it doesn't matter small or big, whatever contribution
Absolutely.
you want to do, they're able to do it, right?
Yes, absolutely.
What does a typical week look like for you
Sure.
behind the scenes, so that people also understand when they are talking to you about a potential partnership? How does that look like for you?
Yes.
Doing all the behind the scenes work.
Absolutely. So a typical week, lots of donor meetings, lots of calls with potential new donors as well as existing partners. It looks like taking donors on hospital tours to help them feel really connected to our cause. It looks like working with our internal teams on various donor projects, initiatives, making sure that the donor benefits are being fulfilled. It looks like creating proposals and decks and presentations for our donors, or perhaps presenting to an employee group who are launching a workplace giving fundraiser. And then of course, all of the administration that goes along with that work. That's usually what will fill a week.
You mentioned workplace donor initiative, right?
Yes.
What is that?
The workplace giving is really about fundraising at work. It's employee-led fundraising. So when employees want to get together, they feel really passionate about SickKids or whatever cause, and they say, "Hey team, let's do a team run and team walk. We're going to build a donation page with SickKids online platform to help us track our donations, collect our donations, and we're going to run for SickKids and fundraise through that activity." So workplace giving really just comes down to employee-led fundraising.
So they can come up with the kind of event they want to do,
Yeah.
and just get donations and then send it to SickKids.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're here to help and support that work. So no one ever has to feel like they're doing it alone or trying to figure it out on their own. We are here to support those employee groups.
Right. This is about the workplace initiative. How about the other initiatives SickKids is running on it, like as the organization? Like there was a run recently, I saw the promotion. How does that work if somebody wants to participate in that?
So there's a few, we have some third-party events that are run and held in our honor and our benefit. So some of those do happen elsewhere, run by another group, another community, and we're just the very grateful beneficiary of that effort. And then we do have a few SickKids run fundraising initiatives that are run by our wonderful event team.
Amazing. And we were circling back, we were talking about the good PR, bad PR. Separating the both, like good PR and what actually moves the needle, what is the difference there?
What I would say is, again, kind of looking back on what we were chatting about a little bit earlier, this balance between doing good for the community and doing well from a business brand value perspective. I think it's really marrying those two objectives and bringing those together to work cohesively. That's really where you see, I think, such an impactful partnership.
When you are working on a potential partner, what are you actually looking into it, and what are you thinking or want to listen from their side?
Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, it's really an alignment of values that you're looking for. And also I think it's very helpful if an organization understands our cause, and just that we are a children's hospital, and kind of the considerations around that, and just understanding that there are parameters we will have to work within being a children's hospital.
Can you share an example of a partnership that created a lasting impact?
I mean, there's so many wonderful examples, but the one that comes to mind is Samsung. So their brand purpose is about bringing you closer to the things that you love by way of technology. Mm-hmm. And so they sponsored one of our family spaces in the hospital. It's called the Samsung Space. And this particular family space, it welcomes our patients and their families to come together to play board games, video games, read books, play cards, just come together where there's no medical intervention that can happen and just connect. And it is really special, and it gives that kind of space within the walls of the hospital that is just about fun and a little escapism. And so that is a really beautiful partnership that we're so grateful for.
I mean, a kid needs to be a kid.
Exactly.
Right? It doesn't matter. It's a house or a hospital.
Exactly.
It's a kid, right?
It's a kid, and it's a family.
What would surprise people that what their donations are actually doing at SickKids?
I think what would exemplify this in a really meaningful way would be looking at our creative arts therapy program. Within this program, it's art therapy, music therapy, virtual reality, and our therapeutic clowns. And hospitalized kids, they are forced to experience and face a lot of challenging emotions with what they're going through on their health journey. In order to process those emotions, they need that therapeutic support, and that's exactly what this program offers. It helps alleviate anxiety, it helps reduce pain, and it helps them laugh and play. And it's a program that has been deemed essential by the hospital, and it is entirely donor funded. It exists because of philanthropy. So I think that is such a great example of a program that directly impacts the healing of a child. And it exists in the hospital because of donor dollars. And that is something that's super special, and it really matters.
Okay. What's something you have learned about the families that are at the hospital with the kid?
The whole family is involved in care and in treatment and in healing. And no child is alone in that. And again, as I said before, no child arrives to the hospital alone, they don't leave alone. And it really is that all-encompassing family unit. And I don't know if everyone realizes how involved the whole family is. Hearing from the patients themselves when they share their stories and they share what they've gone through, what they're going through, and that doesn't leave you. You think about that and it resonates with you, and on a very personal note, I will be doing bedtime with my daughter. And we're sitting and we're reading books and we're doing our cozy special bedtime routine. And since having her, I will be in that moment, and those patients and their families will come into my mind, and I'll think, oh my gosh, what does their bedtime routine look like at the hospital? And I am so grateful and lucky that my child happens to be healthy. And knowing what these kids and their families go through, it just puts everything into perspective. And it really, your heart just goes out to them.
I'm not even there, but like just talking to you made me realize like we're in a very special place, right? We're so grateful, we're so lucky.
We are, and we're so lucky to, this gives me so much comfort as a mom. If we ever do need the hospital, it happens to be our local children's hospital, and that local children's hospital happens to be the best one in the world. So SickKids is a unique property where a company doesn't have to choose between doing good or doing well when they partner with SickKids.
Is there a moment that you can share which shows that this isn't abstract?
I don't think you have to look very far to see the power and the promise of SickKids. You can see it perhaps in your neighborhood. You can see it perhaps in your group of friends, your colleagues at work, within your own family perhaps. So many people either they have their own connection to SickKids, or they know somebody who has a connection to SickKids. I also think you see it in our incredibly strong bereaved families who are continuing to show up in such a beautiful way for the hospital. And I think that speaks to how important the work at the hospital is.
SickKids is a reputable name, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people trust that name.
Mm-hmm.
How does the partnership or responsibility shape how you work on the collaboration?
Yeah, we take that trust very seriously. And it is at the heart and the root of our donor promise about how we approach all of our partnerships, which is with respect, transparency, and honesty.
Is there any red flag also that you see sometimes when you're talking about potential partnerships?
You know, sometimes it just isn't the right fit. And that's okay. There are so many amazing causes that might just make better sense for the goals of an organization. And that's okay.
And how do you navigate that urgency of a partnership with what is actually real and like needed at the moment?
I think our unrestricted fund really supports kind of those urgent needs as well as longer term projects. So what this unrestricted fund really allows for is the hospital to be really quick and strategic, and they're able to ensure that the highest priority needs of the hospital are being met. And the unrestricted fund really empowers that and allows that possibility.
What does impact look like at SickKids?
So I love this question because you can see it in so many different facets. Just a few, for example, you see impact with the update and renovation of our campus. You see it when a researcher receives new technology to support their incredible work. You see it when a new clinical trial is funded, or when a new treatment is discovered, or when you see one of the patients smiling and laughing with our therapeutic clamps. It's the coolest thing, and there's so many tangible ways that you can really see that impact.
And that would be so sweet, right? To actually experience that in person.
Absolutely. Oh yes, absolutely.
Now, since you work in like children healthcare industry, what do you think is the most urgent need right now?
I love this question. I would say it's moving towards an individualized approach to care, looking at the individual, unique child, moving away from a one-size-fits-all approach to medicine. And so this is really about looking at the child's entire ecosystem and considering everything from their genetic code to their postal code and everything in between. And this really allows a medical team to diagnose sooner, treat smarter, and predict better.
Where do you see the biggest gap between the public perception and the reality of need?
Free healthcare in our country. With just that type of funding alone, we would be a great local children's hospital. But the reality is, SickKids is the #1 children's hospital in the world. And we are a lot of kids' last resort. And that is a responsibility we take very seriously. And we want to show up for the rest of the country and for the world from a pediatric healthcare standpoint. And the way that we're able to do that is through philanthropy. And it is all of these generous donations and this amazing philanthropic support that we're so grateful to receive that empowers the hospital to show up in that way.
If you could shift your attention to one thing that needs the most support right now, what would it be?
So I would say unrestricted giving. And I think it's not that it doesn't receive great attention or great support, because it does, but I think it maybe is a little bit misunderstood. Unrestricted giving is the funding engine of the hospital, and it allows the hospital to, again, be swift and strategic about what the highest priority needs are at that time. Whether that is addressing urgent needs or whether that is investing in longer term projects, the hospital is able to make that decision. And a really good example of this is COVID-19. When the pandemic hit, the reason the hospital was able to not miss a beat and adjust super quickly and refocus was because they were able to lean on those unrestricted funds and be able to support all of the needs that came with COVID. Yeah, so it's a really impactful area of funding.
So Taylor, what gives you hope even with the scale of need?
I would say it's for sure all of the medical staff and the healthcare teams at the hospital. They are the most driven, passionate, motivated group of people, and I think they just offer so much hope and so much inspiration, and they are so wonderful.
As soon as we think of a hospital, they're the lifesavers, right?
They are. They totally are.
If an organization is listening to you today, what do you want to give them a message on how they can start?
Oh gosh, reach out to us. corporate.partnerships@sickkidsfoundation.com. Please reach out, email us. We are more than happy to have a call and hear what your vision for engagement is and offer our best advice and just explore potential opportunities for us to engage. I think there's so many different options and so many things that make sense more so for one company, something else for another. So please reach out. We would love to chat.
What if a company has a small budget but big intention?
Oh gosh. Again, reach out. I think activating your network is so impactful and such an awesome way to support a cause that you care about. Really bringing together your community, activating that community. There's so much that can be done. I think a really powerful example of this is Walmart. They have raised $46 million by way of $1 increments, which speaks to the power of, it doesn't matter how small your donation is. When you come together as a network, as a community, there's so much incredible impact to be had. So I think looking at that example and thinking, okay, doesn't matter if you don't have a big budget. Bring your network together, bring your community together, and you can do something really powerful.
How can employees be involved in a way and not be like performative or like competitors?
So I would say raising your hand and volunteering to lead a workplace giving fundraiser. Be a champion for SickKids within your company. Put a committee together. Plan a fundraising activity that you think your colleagues would find super fun and engaging. And reach out to us. We're here to support those amazing efforts. But I think really putting up your hand and taking on that leadership role of just rallying colleagues together, planning a fundraising initiative, that's such a fantastic way to participate.
People often measure impact in numbers. How do you measure impact?
It's the number of donors that we have. It's the number of companies who are corporate partners of ours. It's the number of events that are held in our benefit. But I think also the wins and the successes of the hospital, that showcases impact in a really beautiful way.
What kind of support creates a ripple effect?
Engaging your community. Yeah, bringing people together, expanding that scope of reach.
What's one thing you wish every partner understands?
This won't necessarily work for every single company, but multi-year commitments are a really fantastic way to offer sustainable revenue to the hospital. When you're able to commit whatever number, it does not have to be a big ambitious number. Whatever that is, if you're able to commit that over a number of years, it allows the hospital to plan against that number and know, okay, for the next 5 years, we'll be getting X amount of dollars from this company. And it really offers that kind of sustainability piece and the ability for the hospital to plan against that, it's really helpful.
So next we'll jump into a really nice fun section that we're gonna start with you. It's the heads up game.
Love it. Let's do it.
Let's try.
Okay.
I'm not great at it. So.
Oh, neither am I. We're on the same page. Don't you worry.
So, Olympics.
Team Canada.
Yes. Popular game.
Hockey.
Canadian. Canadian. Make it Canadian.
Oh, Team Canada?
Yes, hockey, but Canadian.
Is it a person?
No. The game.
Oh.
Just make it Canadian. The game name.
The game name.
How do they play hockey? Where they play hockey?
Oh, the Toronto Maple Leafs?
No. The game is hockey.
Hockey.
But how do they play it?
How do they play hockey?
Yes. Where?
Oh.
Where?
Oh, ice? Okay.
Ice.
Ice hockey. Okay.
Trash animal.
Raccoon.
Season we don't like.
Winter.
Okay, food every Canadian might like. Not me.
Maple syrup.
No.
Timbits.
Food.
Every Canadian would like.
Yeah. They say every Canadian likes.
Oh, poutine. It's what the hospital. Oh my gosh! I'm in foundation. No, I said the word. You have these at birthday parties. You have one from SickKids.
Balloons?
Yes. You love his commercials for SickKids.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a member of the medical team who will provide care to patients. It's an occupation. Not a
nurse?
No, similar. Not a nurse, but a
Doctor?
Yes. Your company is one of these. They are very generous in offering support to sick kids. Yes.
One word that describes the mission of SickKids Foundation.
Hope.
One word that describes a great partner.
Philanthropic.
A moment in your career that reminded you these things matter.
Every time you hear a patient speak and share their story.
The most misunderstood part of corporate giving.
That it's not just about brand storytelling. There's real impact that can be made through corporate giving.
A value that you never compromise on.
Respect.
One thing you want every listener to remember after this episode.
There's so much we can do if we come together. There's power in numbers, and a community, there's just so much potential for meaningful impact and positive change within a community. So lots we could do together.
What words would you like to say to Elizabeth McMaster, the founder of SickKids?
I would say that I hope she feels so incredibly proud of what she has started and how far it's come and how many people believed in what she built. Yeah, I think it's so incredible.
I would love to know more about the Ryan Reynolds collab that he did with SickKids.
So, I mean, I think it's so amazing because it provides such great levity and so much joy. And I think patients, families, the healthcare team, the foundation, and then just our community and supporters, everyone just really loves and appreciates that campaign every year. It can't help but just make you smile. And we're always equally as excited to see what he and the team are going to come up with. So it's always so exciting to press play on that video and see what they've done.
Yes. Tell us more about the 150th birthday that SickKids celebrated yesterday.
Yeah, so our 150th birthday, it really was an invitation to come together and celebrate and recognize everywhere that the hospital has been and where we're going to in the future, and just a real point of reflection and celebration and coming together. It's quite beautiful.
Taylor, thank you so much for bringing in your heart and clarity to this conversation.
Oh my gosh, it was such a pleasure. Thank you so much for hosting this conversation.
If somebody wants to know more about the SickKids Foundation, can you please share the details?
You can reach out to us at corporate.partnerships@sickkidsfoundation.com, or just go take a look at our website, sickkidsfoundation.com, for lots of information.
This episode is a reminder that partnership isn't about branding, it's about trust, belief, and the real outcome. To everyone listening, if you've ever wondered your support matters, let this be a reminder that impact is built through consistent action and not perfect timing. Thank you to our listeners. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode today. If this episode moved you, share it with someone who believes in community and purpose-led change. We'll see you in the next one. Till then, stay in focus.